make a killing here. If you're after gold, glory, or exotic needs, I'm your man.
Welcome on back everyone to Total War Warhammer 3 in part 5 of our Golgfag Maneater Omens of Destruction campaign. As you can see, we're here in the release build of Omens of Destruction, and we are here for our duel against Heinrich, Krell, and his vampire friends. Luckily they're not bringing too many scaries. Heinrich looks to have his kind of starting army with the double ghost squad of Hex Rays and Cairn Rays. Both of those are going to be very scary. But if we throw them up against Golgfag's Maneaters and Long Trunk Slayer Pirates as a pair, they should go away with a quickness. So all of our Dogs of War units working in tandem should be pretty dangerous. We're gonna try to have Golgfag and company take out those two elites first, and then they're gonna go circle around and going after the Necromancer and company. Everyone's gonna have to try to hold the line as soon as these Black Knights show up, but I think we've got what it takes. We have all the way up to our Dismember, Massacre, and our delicious meat feast. So I think this thing still says, yes, it affects allies in range all. Believe this is a miswording. What Meat Feast does is you can give it to one unit, because if this was to heal all of your units by 1.54, this would be the most overpowered ability in the entire game by far, because your whole army would just be healing up the entire battle. What's this for? 27 seconds, so you get 3% for roughly 3% for every 2 seconds. So at least 60% of their health. Which is goofy, and my math is likely very wrong there, because that's the way I am. We're doing ogre math today. Stack of coins. Go it. Alright. Bit of a strange map here. They're gonna go ahead and pull up back on this side. I don't mind. And then moving our whole army over to this bluff. It gives it a very small choke point for all those zombies to work through. Big back Noblars will probably cover a small distance. If we try to stay here, there's a very fair likelihood that it's going to completely ignore this choke point. So I'm thinking we're going to go ahead and grab our Pigback Noblars here. I'm actually going to go ahead and make sure the Piggyback Knights are in the center. Drag them apart a bit here, and we're going to go ahead and group them up a little bit more. We're using Control down. That way they can take a charge a bit more. They're not going to be doing that much damage back, even though they have a pretty high charge bonus for what they are. It's pretty great. The Maneaters are led by the legendary one, are becoming extremely elite, up to 78 melee attack. So that's why I have removed the banner from them and swapped it on over to Big Papa himself. Actually, it looks like I have a order that just got dropped off, so before we start this battle up, which is good timing, unfortunately, I'll be right on back. Alright. Yeah, no, the Lady Wizard had gotten a delivery way earlier today, and I'd forgotten all about it. As you all probably expect, I've got the best of memory. Yeah, looks good. So let's get back to what you're here for, putting the undead back in their graves. I think we're gonna have the... We just have the Iron Fists right behind our Noblars. Maneaters a little bit further out. I'm gonna go ahead and have the Elite Maneaters slightly behind, just waiting for the inevitable onrush from those Cairn Rays. And then I'll have Long Drongs hanging out behind what looks to be no Noblars. There's no Noblars here at all. And then we can go ahead and actually put... Well, you know what, let me think. Let's do Slayers a little bit further out. We can have you guys here. And this is the obvious trap. If anything does try to move on in, we have the meanest Maneaters around with... How much bonus Earth Infantry do we have right now? It's 16. Good grief. Then all of our Brood Horrors. Yeah, that's exactly what those are called. Blood Vultures. I was looking over here while I said it. So they only have bats? Well, that's not good news for them. As entities die, our Vulture Core gets stronger. And then we'll go ahead and throw in the Scrap Launcher behind just the main ogres. I'm going to probably push it forward to be obnoxious, so we will probably take position up here, and we'll bother them with all of our skirmishers and obliterate those bats. So Mage, you stay here. Have you build up some Winds of Magic. We don't quite have the extra ingredients passive, but quite soon. He's getting elite. Alright, so all of our single entities. Our Noblars and Boglars. Ogre infantry and Slayers. Weird to say. Guard mode for you two, and then the Blood Vultures. Awesome. And this means if the more Dogs of War they decide to add over time, which I'm thinking they may not choose to go for a full Dogs of War faction, which may disappoint a lot. But I'm betting anything we're just going to keep getting more and more Dogs of War ROR. At the very least. Let's just set you up there. And we'll send Golgfag and the Bruiser over to get them worried. Go maul those bats. Show them the vultures are stronger in every way. I don't know why you're going that way around. That seems quite... Let's go this way. In fact, if we can bother Himmler enough to drag him in, I'm absolutely here for it. So let's bring all three of you. Here come the vultures. Now, so let's go ahead and take a stat comparison. 46 defense on the Fellbats as opposed to 49 offense. So it is a literal clash of defense versus offense, but we have so many more. Go ahead and use your spells there, Himmler. Oh, Fireball. I mean, that works too. Fireball straight at the vultures, powering up those that survive. Oh yeah, go for more spells. Fool. Heal your bats. Very hard to see what's going on here, but we have aerial supremacy, so that gets rid of his bat support. And actually, it might convince him to come on over here towards us. I forgot to bring the scrap launcher in, too. You go bother these Cairn Wraiths. Boys are making it through the woods. They might choose to come after us, and we're going to go ahead and move up this way if they do. Yeah, perfect. No, don't run. Give them the business. There's nothing you guys can do against what I have here. Pull the vultures up, and in fact, if they give that unit of dogs any further away, we'll go ahead and give them the old dive bomb. Let's get moving. I want our hunter to go for his javelins, the most useful, so this Cairn... Oh, here they come. That's perfect. Let's go ahead and fall back a bit, though, that way we can draw them in a little bit further away. Scrap launcher in. Vultures come with. Alright, Bruiser, you've been caught. Go ahead and everyone turn and give them the business. Opal Amulet. Tormentor Swords, they're going nowhere. No reason for the Feeding Frenzy. But we will come in with the Vultures. Have them at least descend and rip apart who they can. So we'll have two go after the Hounds. Or those other wolves and two go after the other. Hello there, good friends. That's a surround. Oh, they were hiding some wolves in the woods. I'm here for it. Respect. Hunter, go ahead and smash them. Go ahead and slow these wolves here. We'll go ahead and get all of the carrion up in the air. We'll take a few of them out with our own scrap launcher. In fact, scrap launcher, you need to fall back towards our own battle lines now. In fact, Rose, carrion, if you can run, do so. We'll have our core run away as well. We need to go after these bats if you can. A perfect opportunity. Good news about them is, unlike the Undead version, they'll just go ahead and come on back when they get their leadership back. The Moys might be a little bit overexposed here. Come on. Use that mass to break free. We'll go ahead and try to keep these guys moving. Where'd their bats get off to? Oh, they're right here. Run them down. Do the same thing here with this White King. Go ahead and give him the Deadeye shot. Bruiser, go all the way through. Use that bonus be large. Pistol point blank. He actually blocked it with a shield, which is impressive. Let's see what's coming its way towards us. The bats are gone, thankfully. So again, no more aerial support. We can drop the vultures in on these necromancers in the back line, which I'm going to see if that works out for us. They may just turn these zombies around, but if they don't, let's go Tormentor Sword. No one's going to add themselves to the fight. Or do they actually bring the bats all the way back? Good news is the Rhinox handled itself fine. Boys are taking out all of their elite cav and one of their elite elites. Keep giving them business. Vultures, how are you doing? Go ahead and get back over the air, because they're sending a few other things back to help. We'd actually drop you in over on this side. And slaughter those wolves. We got very unlucky and the other two decided to flee all the way off the side of the map. Which does happen. Almost made a big mistake with the vultures. Go ahead and have the blood belchers firing in here. Noblars, you too. Boys can hold the line for a time. Let's go ahead and weaken. Actually, we'll go ahead and give the extra melee attack and defense with these lot. Charge the Maneaters in. You go ahead and instead fire on Krell. I didn't realize that was Krell himself. Well, if that's Krell, you move to a different position, please. That's going to be a bad time. Everything's going back over here. Go ahead and drop the vultures on the Necromancer. I'm going to use the Dismember on the ghosts that are starting to want to break anyway. I'll activate that Tormentor Sword once more. No one's leaving that position. Opal Amulet for you. Need to avoid Krell, but I can have you beat the smack out of him. Cannons fall back. Then go after Krell. Go ahead and try to avoid him with the others. Next time I need to get our Pigback Riders in for an actual charge. Alright, turn fire on Krell. Still have all the extra melee attack and defense you need. Start dropping meteorites on fools. Let's maybe not do it over here by the Slayers. We can zap some of the Cairn Wraiths. Vultures are obliterating this Necromancer. Oh, it looks like he doesn't want to fight anymore. Weird how that works. Rolling your way through here, I wouldn't mind going for, well, the pistol shot's going to take out our own vultures. So just keep doing your thing. There's a lot of them making their way through, and I may just not have the leadership for it. Blast through this Vampire Lord, we're going to have you fall back just a bit. Speaking of leadership, drop that a bit. Yeah, both those Maneaters groups are just deciding to run. Or about the Iron Fist groups. Which is no good. Right, that Necromancer's done. Keep moving towards the next one. This group looks to be done as well. Let's go beat the smack out of Kimmler. Quick-like. Because our front line's getting torn to shreds. Can we dismember anyone good here? Yeah, let's go ahead and slow you. Let's come back over and give this group a bit of support. Now this is not lovely. Rose on the side are fleeing, which is going to go ahead and make our Maneaters run too. Go hunt them down. In fact, we need you to get in here to help out. Himmler's not necessarily very threatening, but we need to beat down on their hero core before we lose all of our guys on this side. Alright, let's go ahead and get the ogres moving. Same thing with you there, Scrap Launcher. You're fast enough, there's no reason for us to get you bogged down. Get all our ogres moving. Pigback Riders are gonna fight until you, or your Noblar Trappers, keep fighting. Everyone else use that speed to get away. We can break Himmler. His forces will not be far behind. Get to work there, vultures. Yeah, but our ogres are not enjoying their fights at all. Yeah, there they are. I was miscalculating the effect of fear. Do the ogres not cause? They do. They just don't have very high leadership. We didn't have enough Lord presence over here. But keep them moving. Our ogres will be fine. The Noblars probably won't be. Slow Kimmler. Oh yeah, go Tormentor Sword into Deadeye. You guys just gotta stand there and throw stuff at him. Go Deadeye while he's stuck. Cannons turn and start blasting into this big blob. Same thing with either Scrap Launcher. That is a perfect blob for you to shoot into. Big Back Riders, run for your lives. We'll go for a nice Comet of Casting. Oh, we don't have the magic for it. Never mind. Hold here for a moment while we get some nice shots in. And here's moving across. Let's go ahead and have the Vultures turn and rip apart these Skelly Spears. They should have plenty of melee attack to do so. There goes another Necromancer. There goes Himmler. Let's get those Cairn Wraiths. And actually, that should be enough to break them. I'm curious. Give them a charge. Big Bad Riders have lots of charge bonus. That's gonna go both ways, kind of like Bloodletters. Oh, they did so well. Get wrecked, Cryptors. The best at chicken fights around. Also hilariously, Long Drunk Slayer Pirates are gonna fight to the bitter end, unfortunately. But Golgfag's Maneaters, look at these guys. This is a monstrous unit. They have been here the entire time. He made a new friend for a moment. But they have been here the entire... Well, same thing with the Boglars, to be honest. But they've been here the entire time, and they are still full 16 models. That's insane. We need more of them. Run, Long Drongs, run! Go ahead and slow these guys here. Yeah, just by taking down Himmler and 2 Necromancers, that was the end for the Undead bunch. How perfect. And there goes Krell. Fighting to the bitter end. Right? He actually might have brought down one of Golgfag's boys. Looks like he's fallen to his knees. Tired at last. Rest now, sweet child. Alright, well that's a newly discovered upside of playing the Ogres. They have the ability to get out of dodge when things are getting rough better than pretty much anyone else. All of these Iron Fists survived, even though they turned and ran. In fact, they turned and ran really quickly. I'm looking at it pretty suspiciously here. Gold apparently wasn't good enough for these mercenaries. Although, 315 kills. They did end up losing 2 models there near the end because they were fighting Krell. But if they weren't fighting the Undead Champion of Chaos, then they would have been just fine. Let's grab the replenishment. Thankfully, not too many of the Undead came back. But we still put ourselves in a really bad spot now. Just for the chance of gaining the Balefire. Hey, and now that basically makes our... Well, we'll show you in a second. Big names. We've got Tailspinner. Oh, for fighting with all the ROR? I thought it was 5 ROR, I can't lie. McCoy has Stay Deader, that's the one. Lich Killer for Golgfag, so we have extra spell resistance for the whole army. That's going to be perfect when we start fighting the Forces of Chaos. And pretty much anyone that is not who we currently have been. Yes, the Empire does have battle mages, but it seems like the AI just doesn't really focus on them. Easy come, easy go. Gain 3 random abilities via ancillaries at the start of each battle. So is this going to be ancillaries we have to equip? No, they're just ancillaries that are always there. How awesome. I can't wait to see what we get. But throw the Razor Standard on there. I hope we also start getting some more ancillaries that upgrade our Maneater specifically. So Okoye has Stay Deader now, which is... So, immune to psychology for all units in the army, listen, this is great. So fantastic. It's going to help out with them running away, although we may be losing a lot more ogres because they stay and fight. But now we've got Balefire, so fire and magical attacks and fire resistance. So we are now going to be able to rip right through all of the resistances that Chaos, Demons, and the Undead have, as well as drop any kind of healing that people are getting by half, which I think is glorious. And from here, we have the ability that gives you the extra movement after winning a battle. Yes, okay, so Ulrich's most dangerous forces here are definitely these Outriders and the Knights in tandem. Because we don't have quite enough big bruisers to handle both at the same time. So I think what we want to do... I am tempted to go after Gunther here. This army also is very, very weak. So what we can do is hit Gunther, go towards the Black Pit, and then hold there. I don't believe Ulrich will be able to make it all the way back over to the Black Pit to take us on. And plus, they have other problems to deal with. Alright, so good old LaCoy, what can we give to you? Forbidden Rod? No, in fact, we're going to go ahead and combine those two up. Rod's a sickle. Causes damage to self, but you gain heaps of power recharge. I don't tend to like these very much unless we have lots of heals on our own side. So I'm going to say no for now. No magical items for you, sir. Skills, though, you do have plenty. The extra ingredients is what we want to kind of work our way towards here. As long as he's fighting, he can chuck dudes in a pot and build up lots of extra magic. Yeah, these are great, but not nearly as good as just coming on over and grabbing up to the extra ingredients. So we'll upgrade the Comet. Keep us moving. A few frame drops here, which is a little bit concerning. Let's go at running with the pack. Vanguard for all Saber-Tusked, Blood Vultures, Yetis. I think Blood Vultures already have Vanguard, but the extra leadership would be nice. Giving them more speed and stock also would be hilarious, so let's do that. Run and move to pack. Where you going? For all that he is as an ungainly brute as they come, the Bruiser maneuvers his wrist blades with the precision of a painter's brush. Oh, he's like the Kashyyyk warriors from the very, very first, what was that? The very first Force Unleashed game. That was awesome. Sundered armor and 24 additional attack for 38 seconds. Sold. He was already a murderer. Kevin R. Death Cheater. Still haven't quite figured out what we're going to specialize you with, but I'm thinking I'm going to make this Paymaster just kind of another version of Golgfag's army. So like a more regimental Maneater force, where Golgfag's army is going to be just filled with ROR and kind of just dudes everywhere. We're going to make Death Cheater Kevin more of a proper full-on Maneater army. So we'll do Best Eaters as soon as we start recruiting some in. But for now, we'll start working down the blue line. Or wait, you're rank 10? Let's start saving then. Because at 12 we get Cash Cascade. Then we can get Upkeep Reduction, Stock, all sorts of good stuff. So we'll save. We give Grutsickle to you. Flaming Lucha Libre Mask. I wonder how common the Balefire big name is, because that one is insanely good. We will be leaving Kevin out on his own, but Ulrich goes after Kevin alone, that'd be all sorts of petty. Can I drop into an ambush? No, not quite. Alright, Golgfag, do the thing. We will absolutely need to fight these, so let's dive on in. Grab the armor-piercing banner and hand it over to... probably... the boys. Alright, let's do it. Although could it kill for fighting in the sun? We have been battling in the shade almost every fight here. Let's start up our deployment. Oh, they kept us in the same? Absolutely adore when they do this. Do we need a formation? No. But it always looks better, so... when in doubt... comes from Fashion Frame and, well, Destiny... Fashion Frame is really where that mostly comes from. This doesn't have quite as good of a name for it if you're trying to make good-looking formations even when you don't have to. Alright. Yeah, let's try the Balefire out. Let's have everyone here, including the boys... charge after. We'll break the Hex Wraiths. I think that sounds like a good idea. Battle begin. Go lay the smack down. You go start throwing your javelin at the necromancer. The bats know their time is now. And then you launch your scrap towards these skelly warriors here. Make them concerned with going and defending their boys. Does he already have stock? Nope. Doom on you. Where you going? Was that him being hit by the X-rays that whole time? Interesting. Javelins are flying. Here comes the Maneaters. They've been on guard duty for far too long. We're here for some ghostly ectoplasmic meat. It tastes strongly of electric raspberry. So mostly of chemicals. It's a great time. Lightning, go! And we can just descend here, can't we? Carrion. Feast. I mean, they may get bruised up a little bit, but there's so many of them. That group of spears is all the doom. And move on to the next. Let's leave one of you here fighting. Smash on through them and work our way towards this necromancer. Oh, we forgot the pistol. Gotta Van Helsing the necromancer. And also weaken these spears so they don't kill any of my crows. Here, you guys all step out of the way. You're ruining the shot. Jeez. You could have tried to avoid Greg. Not this time. Next time you'll get out of the way then. Oh gee, you big turd. The skeletons try to stand in a mega line and they just kind of disappear. Like bringing a bodybuilder to the kiddie lane in bowling. The pins explode, they don't just get knocked over. Alright, so only one fell because Golgfag shot him with his pistol. Let's see if we can't just do some replenishing then. Yeah, we'll come out of that fight with more than we went into it. Somehow more dwarves showed up. Yo ho, yo ho. A wand of jet for us, huh? Ooh, and the Able Peak Greybacks, more regiments of renown. I should have read what they are. Versus, get back here, you. Rarely do such mighty specimens come down from their mountaintops. When they do, they bring the might of those mountaintops with them. How cool would that be if they had like an avalanche bound ability? They instead are basically hunters of terror-causing units. So, who needs to get the boot? Truthfully, I don't think we need four blood vultures. One of these days I'll stop calling them crows. Maybe. That day is not this. I don't want it. I always do this. We did that too soon, and we also can't make it over to the Black Pit. Awesome. Well, let's pull back into Middenheim. We can't quite do that either. Well, excellent. I could teleport. Sure we can't reach. Let's turn the screen a little bit. We'll see if we can just kind of eke our way in. I don't see any red. I mean, I don't know. I think we might be able to... No, there it is. There's the red. I can just barely see it through the trees. Okay. Please don't move. We're at a very delicate spot here. Man, Mr. Maneater, after being very, very overly aggressive. Okay, so what we need to do... Probably just drop into an ambush and go sneaky mode. Is it going to work? Probably not. Still gonna try it. And we can do Ravening Horde too. That way, just people in the area are taking attrition. We are nearly at client satisfaction. That way we can peace out with Reichland and go start bopping other fools. I do want to get Karl Franz's defeat rate though. I was gonna say, make sure I'm not crazy that I haven't already gotten it. I have. So we can chill out on the battle with the war with Franz. I've claimed that trophy. Sweet. No, as soon as we've broken them, then we're claiming that Ogre and getting on out of here. We can deploy that in 3 turns. Cool. I'd like to do some fighting out of the old world. Yeah, Peter Kevin, I'd love to be able to put you in an ambush stance, but we cannot. And I have gotten rid of some of our vultures here. Alright, so skip through the skill points, make sure there's nothing we can do here over at the Herdgate camp. Any more heroes? In fact, we have too many because the camp's not deployed. Don't you judge me. Alright, so Reichland is going to go ahead and attack Kevin directly. I think we can handle this fight. We've got the Gutsman, so neither of these two heroes will survive. The captain's doomed, and then so is Ulrich. Only problem is going to be these knights. But if we can keep Bragg back for a moment, use him with these Iron Fists. We should be able to break with the knights kind of one at a time there, and then have the vultures. How fast are you? 110 as opposed to 84. We should be able to catch the Outriders, no problem. So we have no flyers. They have no flyers. Let's give this to you so you have something cool. Put the banner right on your back. Force the Abacus Noblar to hold it. Alright, to the field. We'll also try to fight over here that we have lots of things to kind of bog these cav down and to bother the line of sight for this Free Company militia. The field. Battle of Biddenheim it is. And we'll go ahead and play up on top of this bluff here. Draw the Empire on over. Normal Noblars. Sneaky gets behind them. Big back riders on the flanks. Actually, we can just double ping. Well, we'll put them in behind and they can just kind of charge in. I can focus all my Iron Fists on the Knights as they make their way across the field. Do this right, we don't have to fight too many of them at all. There we go. Iron Fists will sit up, and then we can go ahead and set the Blood Vultures to rushing those Outriders when they close the gap. We don't want to hit them too soon. In fact, we want to make sure there's a weaker unit on the side. We want them to be threatening those Outriders as they cross. Be slightly perpendicular to where they can move in and hit our Noblars front. Because they're going to want to come up and try to skirmish with our Noblars. They're rude. Okay, Master Bruiser. Rag the Pale. Rag's got... He's got snow camouflage just like me. Doesn't help you with the sun, though, does it? To the field. Let's do it. Bring it on over here, Empire. We do so love it when our meals come to us. Fall back a little here. Vultures, you two. Move up on the slides, because they're going to try to move up and skirmish with us. Well, we can do damage to whoever we want. So rest in peace, you. Noblar Trappers. I'm going to keep the Bruiser with the Master. We can try to hit the flank there. Oh, you rude. Leave my vultures alone. Apparently it's open season. Alright, so they're keeping the Knights with the Outriders, which I guess is a fair strategy. Two units of Knights, so you guys go down there and break those Knights. Keep the Vultures falling back. Brag. Oh, there's Knights here. You get them then. Burning Head all the way through that line and cackle the whole way. Fireball straight at this poor fool. Give them a charge. Able to break those Knights. Pull back a bit there. Vultures. Hunt down those Outriders. They need to be as doomed as possible. Sweet Iron Fist, you keep hunting down these Knights. Give them a good old dismember if we need to. Pick how Bragg and company are doing. Let's go ahead and... He is annihilating that Lord there. We'll go ahead and take... Oh, you can't steal the health from yourself. Interesting. Give the almighty Fire Bonk. Spicy Bonk Hammer should get rid of that poor fool. As soon as he drops to 20% health, he is even more doomed than before. Bruiser. How'd we do with the Knights? Very good. Very, very good. Fistful of Laurels over here doesn't hurt anything at all. Let's go after these missiles. The Outriders look to be mostly broken. There's one unit back over here. You guys go after them. And they get one volley. The second they stop moving, it's over. They get caught up in combat quite badly. Same as your normal. Same as your normal carrion. One of the big issues with the Tomb Kings ones is you get one use of them and then they go away. Spicy Skull doing some work. Their archers get at least one shot, but the carrion should arrive at least at some point, hopefully. You have several units of knights over here on the side, and somehow they managed to rotate them pretty well. Yeah, so they got one good charge, good for you. They set up one good position in the entire battle. Meanwhile, on this back field here, while our carrion are being completely unwieldy, and destroy everything they land in. Like, get back over here. But keep wounding our trappers. Throw a fireball into the knights. See if we hit one of our own guys. Don't do it yet. Wait. Please wait. Rag, you go obliterate this group. Great gut gouger. That captain is gone. For the history books. Back riders are your foes defeated. Excellent, we need you after these knights then. Use that actually fairly high charge bonus. Rag and tear through here. We'll go one more burning head to our own ogres. Get a nice flank here. Turn. I was hoping it would scare him off. Keep moving. Go, go, go. Trappers in here. Paymaster turn around with that sword of anti-heroes. Our vultures got messed up. Thing is, man, that's one of those units that every single one of the ogre units so far has impressed me. For the vultures, I don't care about them at all. We throw them into combat, and if they go down, they go down. And oftentimes, they trade up far more often than they don't. So the fireball fly out first. Oh yeah, that was a glorious fireball. Try to get everyone here at once. Darian, you come on back through. We've got a couple of them that are having some problems. He's here. Bragg surrounded by swordsmen. He was actually struggling with swords. Nah, that Imperial force routed. You just gotta find their high values and smush them. Now we're gonna round up the rest of these more fools. And Bear, you better pull that rifle out, even if you're running away. I reload and keep firing until you're out of bullets. He's hungry. Catch you in a moment. Alright, close victory. Glorious, glorious stuff, those knights. I learned the hard way that they are definitely not the hardest thing in the Empire. We shall go ahead and take the... We have plenty... Now we have... Let's look up here. We have plenty of treasury. Let's go for the extra punishment.
The greenskins have come knocking, man-eaters!
Greenskins have come knocking. Golgfag agreed to sell his company's service to the Orc war boss, Nashrak, interested in the gastronomic merits of having free access to the ready-to-eat goblins. However, in so doing, he didn't expect the multiple grueling battles he'd have to endure against the dwarves of Kadrin. Twice Golgfag and his greenskin employers have escaped the wrath of stunted ones, until a third decisive battle loomed on the horizon. But Golgfag and Nashrak's alliance was already on shaky ground by that point. The ogres kept drinking ale and eating goblins, while the Orc war boss's resentment grew in his seeing his supplies of booze and fodder gradually dwindled to nothing. As the dwarf army closes in for the final showdown, Nashrak has to entice the ogres to fight once again, but perhaps for the last time. Sounds like we're gonna be betrayed by some greenskins here. Enemy forces are Dawi. Ooh, some mean Dawi too, man. That's one of those, we probably just let the goblins run in and die in droves. I do believe we should have from how this sounds, we should have a greenskin force with us, facing off against these dwarfs. But they may turn on us mid-battle, so I don't know if we let them take charge and they turn around to full health. Who knows? We'll get to that, though. I think we do need a couple more more cavalry-focused units that aren't just vultures before we go ahead and find that one, though. Maybe one more lead belcher. Land Molder's gone, though. Who took them out? Oh, it might have been our ball. Here comes the undefeated. Really, with just this, you've made it this far in. His bloodletting is terrible. What's going on? Maybe that was one of his blood hosts that was ripping through. Well, the Kislev's doing a terrible job of holding back the undefeated. He's already got up on his pupper. He's got the destroyer, his thirst for a challenge. Now he's pretty much, he's not fully upgraded, but he's pretty much there. He has the ability at this point to have all of his uniques. Chief Brawler Guts he has the Brawler Guts active. Fort Chewer. Hunt down and Muzg. Muzg already died. Bounty aborted. Oh, we are so close to having a satisfied client here. Dieter, how would you like... Excuse me. What is this you have here? What have you constructed, you monster? Mercenary of Renown sounds great. Unbreakable for over our regiment's renown. As if they weren't already. 5 additional melee attack and 5 additional melee defense. He's the one and only lord to ever buff up ROR units. I'm pretty positive. Outside of ones, that are just like, oh, this buffs up Slayers, and there happens to be a Slayer unit of ROR. Oh, it's a little bit different. Brag the Gutsman. Let's go larger gut plate for him. Roll the guts. Rating Burning Head. It never steers you wrong. Yeah, you go with that larger gut plate. Extra leadership and armor. Bergen Camp. I think you need to be a tithe taker as well. Meat generated and 20% more income from raiding. Speaking of, we go in here for extra troop capacity and then more raiding. More raiding. Awesome stuff. Yeah, we might need to be able to take him out with a auto-resolve. Man, that is a lot of Outriders. Closing the gap on them is the only big deal here. But if auto-resolve's kind, let's just see if auto-resolve will let us get rid of them. Ooh, a Pyrrhic victory. They know how dangerous Outriders are. But to be fair, these guys are gonna be getting in each other's way. We gotta pick them off one at a time. It's better to get this army out of the way now. So let's dive in and do some damage. Alright, strategy. We are going to put our scrap launcher here. We're going to put our scrap launcher here, behind this big rock. All of our lead belchers in the woods behind, well, because we have to move units when the battle gets going, so scrap launchers here. We aren't going to be able to do much to the Outrider, really much at all, until those Outriders are gone. Bring the Blood Vultures over as well. Mr. Maneater, our Hunter, Lightning Dropper, Maruza. I'll have these guys hiding in the woods to start. Moji's going in to ask for food. You will be fed soon. We need to change her diet up. That's what was. I guess that was making her sick. I don't know if she can't or stomach can handle or what. Come here, you. You're lucky we like you quite a bit. All right. I'd say that's about as good as we can get to start off here. Let's get everyone in their units so they're easier to figure where they're at when the battle gets going. In fact, Slayers, you're in with the Novelars now. You're the right height. Short. Indeed. Scrap launcher, you just gotta hang out behind here. Bring the lead melters back in the woods. Noblar's there. Bruiser back. They're just gonna rush over, which, I mean, very fair enough. We want them to. Now you're good where you're at. I'm not sure what you're up to there, Scrap Launcher. Get in position. We've got Siegebreaker now. Where did that come from? Got so many. Oh, these are his 3 items he gets as ancillaries. Oh, hang on now. Hang on now. What did we get access to before those Outriders come flying across the field? We've got Balefire, Belly Stance. So looks like we got a Helm of Discord, a Siegebreaker, and maybe a Fistful of Laurels as well. I thought we already had one of those, but yeah, it looks like that's what we got. Cool. Awesome. Well, let them approach. I wish we had a slow of some kind here. Because honestly, the lightning, they have all the time to get out of the way. Get up front. We're gonna need all the ward save. Which of a nightmare you can get. Here come the Outriders. Drop the lightning in the middle of their group there. Throw stuff at them. If I can lock a couple of them in place, we'll just go for the Tormentor Sword, and now they're uber doomed. Siegebreaker is something I can cast. Beautiful. Vultures. Each of you pick one. I mean, that went pretty well. Start throwing stuff at whoever you can. Long drongs. Finish some lads off. They're hunting them down. Looks like the Knights of Moor don't really want to. I'm gonna go ahead and use the Feasting Frenzy on a Golgfag, let him rip through them a little bit faster. Everyone else is gonna have to stand here and get shot. It's a really unfortunate job. Catch those Grenadiers. All those Outriders get ripped apart by Carrion. Golgfag's holding the line out here by himself like an absolute champion. Since the guns are starting to fire, so let's go ahead and bring them through the woods here. Oh, if you want to charge me, shoot. Let me show you what Pigback Rider's capable of. It's surprising. Long drunk, you pull back. Oh, I should have these guys on guard mode. Alright, Vultures, you guys come on away from your quarry. And rip these guys apart here. Knights of Moor have them surrounded. We've taken a bit of damage, but... Oh, they drew me out of the woods. Back in, back in. Weaken that unit. Getting crew, I am disappointed. Alright, Maneaters, you can come on out of the woods now. Alright, arrows of Akshi where they can. Just land in amongst. You go ahead and take down the Knights here. Go for the pistol shot on that Witch Hunter. Alright, quickly deal with these Outriders. I've been trying to save the magic as much as I can. Drop some here. Our long drung's out of ammo. Get Grudge in then. Launch those skulls. You come on out here and deal with this this poor unfortunate Witch Hunter. Vultures can help out with these Knights here. Combination with Mr. Maneater, that should be real easy. Beautiful. Our Scrap Launcher definitely is having some issues. It isn't entirely sure what it wants to do. Drop the Comet here. Pulverize them. Mr. Maneater, hunt down this Huntsman General. Not for long, you're not. Wouldn't give him a pistol shot. Vultures are snacking on some sets of guns. I mean, a very mobile army he made. Let's see if your bow's stronger than this pistol. Oof. That wasn't good. I wouldn't get up. Stack like it killed you. Come get him there, Maneater. Charge them. Just keep these Outriders running from something. Our Bruiser can handle this Priest. Yep, go hunt down the rest of that group. Bruiser handle this. He's in charge of slapping ogres around if they're not eating loud enough, so I'm pretty sure he can handle a warrior priest. Smack! That's not a hammer. This is a hammer. And that's a win. Sweet. Well, we will use the vultures to hunt down as many of these Outriders as we can. Come here, you. And I'll get you in a moment. Alright, we come away with a very decisive victory. Only 92 lost and only a little bit of damage on our Hunter, which can be easily healed on up. We will take the extra replenishment here. And that just about does it for satisfaction. Let's go ahead and take the black pick back from the Empire and give it back to the Gabos. And then from there we can call it contract complete. Indeed. Oh, we could also hunt these two down. It would be so easy, too. Oh, that'd be such a better use of our time here. But at the same time, we can't gain the ROR units that I want. So let's go ahead and take down the Black Pit, even though we're losing access. Yeah, no, I better take it back. We're going to start the next fight up with or next episode, rather, with another great big battle against the Undead, but this one's even easier than last time. So let's quickly give Golgfag a good ability first. We've got Best Eaters. What are we going to do besides? We do have those Pigback Riders, so making them more defensive. That's never bad. Causes terror. You know what? Let's go ahead and start making him hit a bit harder. For a Koi, we'll go ahead and give him Earthing. The Beast Killer. You know, I want Frenzy first on all of our units. Give them 10 additional melee attack. Brutish Thug is 10 bonus V infantry or 20% more mass. Stopping chariots with their bellies. Yes, please. That's how I'd stop a chariot. Alright, even though we have a little bit of a wounded army here, I think we're going to be just fine. Let's go gain some more meat. Eat the smack out of Richmond Regac here. And while we travel, I'm going to go ahead and call the episode. So thanks so much for stopping by today's The Maneaters campaign. If you all enjoyed, remember to leave a like for the like god and a sub for the sub throne. I'll see you all next time.